my friends. Welcome to Riverbend Park. Behind me is the Potomac River. Today's hike is a pretty simple little plan. 3.5 mile out and back through Riverbend Park to Great Falls Overlook and back. A whopping 50 feet of elevation gain today, so it should be a nice easy day, which is good because it is muggy. Again, we are in Virginia and it is still July. So it's warm. It's warm today, but not unbearable. The bugs are out, so today's going to be just a struggle of patience and being calm and trying not to get frustrated at mosquitoes, which is nearly impossible. But don't know what to expect today, but that's nothing out of the ordinary. I never really know what to expect. I just kind of, as I've mentioned many times before, pick a place to go, and I just go and I get out and explore, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to explore, we're going to see what we can find, and anything and everything is fair game. And hopefully, at the end of the hike, there's a big waterfall. The name would imply that that is true, but one never knows what one will find. So come along with me. Let's go see what we do find. Found a big river. My friends, I think I found what is potentially my first shot. I've got this beautiful fallen log over here, and it is a literal ecosystem of all sorts of things. I've got decaying leaves with this beautiful leaf lace patterns going on in them. Got some beautiful yellow leaves, some green leaves, there's spider webs, there's some oyster mushrooms on this, and like I said, there's all sorts of life just blooming off of this fallen, not even dead log. It's become a nurse tree. It's fallen, but there's lots of new growth spurting off of it. It's really amazing. So got my camera bag open, waiting for everything to come up to temperature and stop fogging up, and then I'm gonna look around and set up on something here. The thing that's grabbed my attention first is this lace pattern leaf over here. So once everything stops fogging up, we're gonna give that a shot. I like that a little better. All right, I've literally been fighting with composition and tripod for probably 20 minutes, but now that I'm set up, I've got this beautiful leaf that is just decaying away, and there's not much left but the veining of this leaf. A really delicate kind of lace pattern going on. That's what I'm hoping comes across in this image. But the shot is pretty simple. It's just this beautiful leaf, like I said, in this mossy log that's fallen over, and it's really just kind of about that decaying state of this leaf. Using my diffuser here to knock off the sunlight on my leaf, shooting this at an ISO 100 f5.6, 1/5 of a second. Really simple little shot, beautiful little leaf, and well worth the 20 minutes to set it up. At least I hope it was. I don't know, you tell me. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you like this shot. It's a really interesting subject. I'm hoping I captured it somewhat well. I'm gonna look around this log a little bit more. I feel like there's probably something else here if I try a little bit. All right, friends, I found my second shot on this log. This log is kicking my butt. It's a struggle. Just kind of getting things set up without disturbing anything has been a challenge. Like my tripod is precariously close to a bunch of oyster mushrooms over here, which I'm not taking a picture of, but I don't want to disturb them. But I do have another great decaying leaf right here. So moving around to the other side, got in close, shooting again on my 70-200 with my close-up filter. This one is an ISO 100 f11 half-second exposure. We're in the shade already, so no need to shade this one. I am doing a focus stack on this one because the leaf is kind of leaning away from me. I can't get totally down over it, and I don't really want to. I kind of want to show that depth of this leaf. So shooting back at a bit of an angle and doing a focus stack just to make this thing sharp front to back, hopefully 20 images all together. But I'll show you here what we're looking at on the back of the camera. Here is my leaf. Big, beautiful golden leaf right here. You can see it. It's not actually all that big, pretty small little leaf, but just kind of starting to rot away a little bit. Got a little bit of that delicate little lace pattern. There's a tiny tiny worm, which you can't see here in this frame. Let's see if I can rack my focus the other side. There we go. Tiny little worm on that end of the leaf. It's kind of fun. And then we just got that great texture of the bark that makes up this whole shot. Really nice, pleasing image, nice woodland floor image kind of thing. And I honestly kind of feel like that might be what we get today. A bunch of looking down at the beauty of the decay in the woodland floor. It is beautiful little woods here. Popular, seen 4 or 5 people jogging, one guy walking his dog, but everyone's enjoying their life and their day today, so it's wonderful. Really happy to be out. This log is a great little find, but as I mentioned, kicking my butt, so I'm gonna pack it up, hike on down the trail a little bit, see if we can find something maybe a little easier to get, at least different. Shot, and it's another fallen log shot. Big fallen log. This thing is ginormous. In fact, half the trunk is buried on the other end back there, so this one's been down for a while. But it's got some really cool, interesting bark patterns. I've come to the off-trail side of it, and I found this great little section right here that I really, really like. There's still a little bit of thickness to this bark, so there's a little three-dimensionality to this as you look at it, which is giving me a little bit of shadow, which gives me a little bit of three-dimensionality in the photo. That's the hope. Really kind of interesting little spot, this little piece of bark that comes out here that looks sort of like a superhero mask. I'll show you here what we are looking at. Here it is. See my little superhero mask here, and I've got this great bit that comes up over here. Shooting this a little bit wide, I'm including some of this stuff that's coming in over here on the side because I think it just adds a little more story to it. I love the contrast between the green, fleshy wood of this and then the brown, dark bark that's going on in there. So it's really just kind of, this one's all about texture and pattern, and I really, really like it. Shooting this at an ISO 200 f8, half a second. That 200 is because we're in these woods. It's really shaded. It's pretty dark in here for a camera. That's the shot. Real simple, real straightforward. I think one shot will do me at f8. Pretty flat on this section of the tree. And there it is. Nice, simple shot. Super happy with it. Let's keep traveling down this trail, see what else we can find. See if we can find something more than just, well, I don't care what we find. Let's just see if we can find some more. Friends, well, I've already turned around and I'm headed back to the trailhead. I did make it to the falls overlook, and I overlooked. It was really pretty, so I'm glad I saw it, but it is a very popular spot. It is right at the visitor center, so it was crawling with families. So I didn't do any pitched camera. I still feel a little self-conscious recording in front of other people. Like I said, we've turned around and headed back to the car. It was a beautiful day. Still hot, still sticky, but not too unbearable. Really happy I got out today. Really happy I got out for the hike. I'm really happy you came along with me. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you would like to see more, and tell your friends, because the more the merrier. I really would like to see this channel grow. So if you can share it with others, we greatly appreciate that. You give it that thumbs up, it helps it grow. And if you'd like to support me in my work, I've got 3 different ways you can do that. Head on over to my website. They're over there, toddhphoto.com. Sign up for my mailing list. As a member of my mailing list, I mail out my blog early, and as a member of that mailing list, you get free access to the featured image for 1 week before it goes up for sale on my website, and the blog has been published on my website as well. Those images for sale are $1 digital download. You can also just contribute any amount. There's a contribute button, bottom of my page. And if you'd really like to help me out, I'd love it if you would buy one of my prints. I do have a small selection of some of my personal favorites available as fine art giclée prints. There's 3 different ways you could support me in continuing to keep making some more of my art. I want to thank you again for coming along with me, and from the River Bend Trail to Overlook Falls here in Virginia. So long, and we'll see you next time.